The Trasimene Line was a German defensive line during the Italian campaign of World War II. It was sometimes known as the Albert Line. The commander of the German forces in Italy, Field Marshal Albert Kesselring, used the line to delay the Allied northward advance in Italy in mid-June 1944 to buy time to withdraw troops to the Gothic Line and finalise the preparation of its defences. Background: after the Allied capture of Rome on 4 June 1944 following the successful breakthrough at Monte Cassino and Anzio during Operation Diadem in May 1944, the German 14th and 10th Armies fell back, the 14th along the Tyrrhenian front and 10th through central Italy and the Adriatic coast. There was a huge gap between the armies, and with the Allies advancing some 10 kilometers per day, the flanks of both armies were exposed and encirclement was threatened. 2 days after Rome fell, General Sir Harold Alexander, commander of the Allied armies in Italy, received orders from General Sir Henry Maitland Wilson, the Supreme Allied Commander, Allied Forces Mediterranean Theatre, to push the Germans 170 miles north to a line running from Pisa to Rimini as quickly as possible to prevent the establishment of any sort of coherent enemy defense in central Italy. War in Val d'Orcia is a civilian's diary of the war in this area, describing the experiences of the author and her family. Caught between local fascists and partisans, retreating Germans and advancing Allies. Battle. On Mark Clark's U.S. 5th Army front, U.S. 6th Corps was pushed up the coast along Highway 1 and U.S. 2nd Corps along Highway 2 towards Viterbo. To the right, British 8th Army's British 13th Corps headed up Highway 3 towards Terni and Perugia, whilst 5th Corps advanced up the Adriatic coast between the 4th of June and the 16th of June, whilst maintaining contact with the advancing Allies. Albert Kesselring executed a remarkable and unorthodox maneuver with his depleted divisions, resulting in his two armies aligning and uniting the wings on the defensive positions on the Trasimene Line. Remarkable though this was, he was probably helped by the confusion caused in the Allied advance by the relieving of 2nd and 6th Corps. British 10th Corps had also been brought into the line on 13 Corps right, whilst 5th Corps had been relieved by Polish 2nd Corps. By the last week of June, the Allies were facing the Trasimene positions. Joachim Lemelson's 14th Army had Frieder von Senger and Etterlin's 14th Panzer Corps facing 4th Corps on the west coast and Alfred von Schlem's 1st Parachute Corps facing the French Expeditionary Corps beside them. Heinrich von Wertinghoff's 10th Army had Schroeter's 76th Panzer Corps facing 13th and 10th Corps and Valentin Feuerstein's 51st Mountain Corps facing the Polish Corps on the Adriatic. The toughest defences were around the lake itself, with 13 Corps 78th Infantry Division experiencing fierce fighting on the 17th of June at Cittadella Pieve and the 21st of June at San Fettuccio. By the 24th of June they had worked the way round to the north shore and linked with X-Corps 4th Indian and 10th Indian Infantry Divisions as the German defenders withdrew towards Arezzo. 4th Corps also found progress slow, but by the 1st of July had crossed the river Cesena and were within 20 miles of Livorno. Meanwhile, the French Corps had been held up on the river Orcia west of Lake Trasimene until the parachutist defenders withdrew on the 27th of June, allowing them to enter Siena on the 3rd of July.